Hey everyone, I'm Nitij, and in today's video, we are going to dive into how to write clean, readable, and efficient JavaScript code. So, by the end of this tutorial, you will know the key principles of clean coding and how to apply them in your JavaScript based projects. So, let's get started. The first one is to use descriptive variable and function names. Consider a situation where you have to create a function to calculate the distance between two places. For that, you name your function as calcdist in short, but instead of doing that, you should name a descriptive name because descriptive names make your code much more readable and maintainable. They allow other developers and your future self as well to understand what a variable or function holds and does without having to decipher the code inside it. So, similar to naming a function, you should name your variables with descriptive names as well. So, instead of doing this, you should do that to use descriptive names for name and age. Second best practice for writing clean JavaScript code is to keep functions small and focused. Suppose you have a function to handle the user data with the name handle user data, which accepts an argument for the user. Now, to handle the user data, you might need to perform a bunch of steps such as validating the user and then saving the user to the database, maybe send the confirmation email as well, and finally doing some kind of logging. Now, this function might be doing everything it needs to do, but because this function is not going to be small, it is going to be harder to maintain this function. So the best practice is to refactor this function into smaller functions. Each function should do one thing and it should do it well. This approach also follows the single responsibility principle, which is a critical concept in software development. So instead of having a single function which does everything, we should have a function which calls a bunch of other functions to do specific tasks, such as to validate user, save user, and so on. And for each task, we have individual functions. The third and last best practice to write clean code in JavaScript that I'm going to talk about is to use template literals for string concatenation. Consider a situation where you have to concatenate two strings to construct a bigger or larger string, such as you might have a username and then you may want to construct a greeting message by using the username, such as hello username, welcome back. Now, this piece of code does the job of string concatenation, but template literals make it easier for us to create complex strings. This string can be much larger based on our requirement. So template strings improve readability and they reduce the likelihood of making errors as compared to traditional string concatenation methods like this one, especially when we are dealing with variables and expressions. So to convert this string concatenation code to a template string, we just need to enclose this entire string content within backticks, and then we have to use templating to use the username variable. We can just use this variable name by enclosing it with these parentheses. So these were the three clean code writing best practices that I wanted to talk about in this video. By following these practices, you can significantly improve the quality of your JavaScript code. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.